Yo guys, welcome back to another SithGeek YouTube video, and today we have very fun information, very interesting and exciting information coming from LEGO Star Wars for 2024 leaks, news, rumours, and there's 4 or 5 pieces here to go over. I've done some mock-ups and the sources for these will be down below if you want to check them out, support them. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the first couple here, and I will go and discuss the information, say the information, then go back and discuss and theorize what's happening with them. So the first one here is this one. It is the theme of Star Wars, the set name of X-Wing pilot Luke's mech, the set number 75390. We don't know the parts, unfortunately. It's going to cost you $15.99. There's one minifigure being the Luke there in his X-Wing attire, and the release date for this is June 2024. That's the first one there. We'll go on to the next one. We shall continue on here. So the next one is the theme of Star Wars. It's the set name of the Mandalorain Season 3 Battle Pack. Now that is not a name that's going to stay. That's a placeholder name. I very much doubt it's going to be actually called that. It's set number 75373. The parts are unknown, unfortunately, this time, and that's going to cost you $19.99. There are 4 minifigures involved. The release date for that is June 2024. Also, this one here, theme of Star Wars, the Mandalorian Bunker is the set name, the set number 75386. There's going to be 289 parts. It's going to cost you $39.99, 4 minifigures involved, and June 2024 for that one there. This one, Star Wars Captain Rex Y-Wing Microfighter, set number 75391, 99 parts. It's going to cost $12.99, 1 minifigure, currently unknown of the release date of that one, but I'd imagine summer 2024. And this one here, being the second to last one, the penultimate one here, is the theme of Star Wars, the set name of Z95 Clone Starfighter. It's the set number of 75388. Parts are unknown. It's going to cost you $39.99. There's going to be 2 minifigures, and release date is also unknown, but I would imagine it would be the first or second quarter of 2024. And the last one here to go over is this one of the theme of Star Wars, the set name of Bark Speeder Escape, the set number of 75378. It's going to cost you $29.99 and 4 minifigures, and this one is May 2024. So most of them are summer. We've already had the leaks for the January, February period of LEGO Star Wars. This is going to be your summer with your May, June, July. And we'll get leaks towards January, February of the winter waves of the Star Wars. But that's all the information there, guys. Let's go back over these individually and pick them apart and diagnose what's going on here and start a discussion in the comments. So the first one I want to go over is the Bark Speeder Escape, May 2024, price of $29.99, so we can imagine what we're getting there. We also have some other bits of information. There's going to be a Baby Yoda, which we expected. There's going to be a Beck, which we expected also, so the first inclusion of him in the Lego form ever. 2 shock troopers with the new helmet hole molds. Unfortunately, the latest ones they did receive on them were the Coruscant gunship, and this will be in the very same fashion with the red and the white. And as you can see on screen, we have a mock of the speeder bike here and how it's probably going to go. I'd imagine for $29.99 you'd also receive a couple of side builds, maybe some canisters, maybe some cover for the shock troopers, etc., or maybe a little landing pad, but obviously not that extensive because it is the $29.99 price point. That one's pretty easy to discuss. This one I could make a video on itself, and I did post this video previously on a rumor about the Captain Rex. This one here that I paid a lot of money for from the Venator, and he is coming back in 2024, unfortunately. So the exclusivity of this boy is diminished severe, because this, to get him, is going to on the second-hand market is like $150 to $200, and right now this one here is setting at $12.99 to get this microfighter of Captain Rex Y-Wing Microfighter, set number 75391, $12.99. So it does piss me off, I'm not gonna lie. Pardon my French there. It does annoy me, but at the same time I'm like, for you guys that wanted him, and he is a beautiful minifigure, for you guys that wanted him and you couldn't get it because of the price bar it was behind with the UCS Venator. You can get him with the set number 75391. So there you go. There's nothing really to go over there. It's going to be very much like this mock that you can see on screen right now. Probably exactly the same similar scaling, and possibly obviously not the fire missiles, maybe stud shooters instead, but that is pretty accurate to what we'd be receiving in terms of microfighter. The two sets we've gone over so far are pretty straightforward, but we'll get to other ones that aren't. This one is also pretty straightforward, being the set number 75390, the X-Wing Pilot Luke's mech, coming out on the June 2024 bracket for $15.99. The one that I've done a little mock-up on is of a Luke Skywalker in the Return to the Jedi robes there. So it's not going to be that, it's going to be his X-Wing costume, which is better and probably is going to be one of the better looking mechs. Me personally, I'm a bit up in the air with the mechs. I did get them. So we have the Darth Vader one so far, we have the Boba Fett one, we also have the Stormtrooper one. We have all three of them so far. I did think the Stormtrooper one is not very good. The Darth Vader one is really ugly. The Boba Fett one I like a lot, and obviously you get a really good minifigure with the Boba Fett one there, and you get a really good minifigure with this one as well. Probably the UCS Luke Skywalker X-Wing you'd get in this. That would be interesting, and it'd be also interesting if it made a way for the X-Wing mech to have an inclusion of a R2-D2 that could go on the back. So maybe just like classic Lego Star Wars sets that you couldn't actually put him all the way in on Starfighters. You could only put his top part on, and you can put it on the back of the mech. That would be really interesting. I doubt they would do that, but they potentially might. So everything's been straightforward so far, but we're coming towards other ones that aren't going to be as straightforward, and it's this one here that interests me probably the most, and it's the set number 75386, the Mandalorain Season 3 Bunker. Now that is a placeholder name, that is not going to be the final name, but it's going to be a bunker of some type or other. We have a brief description of the functionality of the set, so we'll go over that briefly, but it's going to cost you $39.99, 289 parts, so it's going to be slightly smaller scale to what you see on the screen in terms of the mock that I've done there. June 2024, the release date, but you get 4 minifigures there, 4, Moff Gideon being one of them, so he'll be a new version of Moff Gideon, I'd imagine there. And will they have the spikes on top of his head? Who knows? I very much hope he does, because if he does, he'll be one of the most desirable minifigures out there. Paz Vizsla, which I can imagine might be a little updated to his previous one that we've received before, but I can't see it being that out there, and it might be exactly the same. You know, our Lego are a little bit lazy these days. If they have a previous one, they will include it in another one. 2 Praetorian Guards, but there's new helmet molds for these, so they're not going to be exactly the same as the Last Jedi fight that we've seen so many times before. They're going to be different, so that is awesome. And this is the functionality and description of this set. Opening and closing function of the heavy armored doors as in the series. So the heavy armor doors open and close. Also rotating blaster turrets with stud shooters. I mean, we could have guessed that some sort of thing like that. And it can also be linked to the next set we're about to discuss of 75373, but we'll wait a second for that. So we knew we were going to get something like rotating blaster turrets. That's what they put in to fill stuff out, also make it play feature. To get the armored doors is interesting, but the scale of this to get our 4 minifigures and the 289 parts at the price point, I can't imagine it to be the exact same as what I've suggested it could be, because that's more of a diorama based thing, and it'd be a bigger price point and also a bigger piece point here. But what this mock can give a perspective of is that's the sort of scaling of door that we will receive, maybe slightly smaller and a smaller sort of compact place for them to fight. You could probably have both sides, but definitely the door can open and close, so that's really interesting. But basically what you can see on screen, but very shrunken down. Take an example of what they're doing recently with everything in terms of mid-scale things, of just shrink things down. So something like that. And I think it possibly, now this is just my personal opinion, but I think it possibly is going to be comparable to the set here of 75324, the Dark Trooper TAP. Be slightly bigger than that. Obviously, we have our Dark Troopers and Luke Skywalker in that one, but there is a door functionality, elevator spin around play feature in that. So instead of that, it's just going to be an open and shut door, and I'd imagine instead of a long hallway, there'll be 2 sections on either side. That's what I imagine it to be like. But yeah, discussing that, so this set that I've just discussed is going to link directly with this next one here, which is set number 75373, the Mandalorain Season 3 Battle Pack, $19.99, and it's coming on in June 2024. So it's based on the Season 3 finale battle, and you had lots of minifigures going on here. So you have 4 minifigures involved. These are really interesting and will look very, very similar to previous minifigures we have had in the past, and they look similar to this set here, 75207. Now you must be thinking, Sean, that is a Star Wars A Solo Story set, but the stormtroopers we received here are quite similar and will be the same sort of vein in terms of look, especially the helmet molds of the troopers that we'll receive in this. And the troopers that we will receive in this are of the following. So we're getting 2 Imperial Super Commandos, we're getting Casca Reeves, which is interesting because we've filled out all the people so far. So we've got the fleet commander, we'll have Casca Reeves there, and we obviously have Bo-Katan. So that's the main 3 of the Mandalorians that are leading the line with the rest of the Night Owls. Just talking about the Night Owls, we will be getting a bog standard 1 Night Owl involved in this one as well. Everyone has a jetpack, so I think the colorings of the jetpack will be blue, or blue and white, similar to the Night Owls insignias and everything like that. And they will also all include new helmet molds. So very similar, the Imperial Super Commandos, to the previous stormtroopers that you saw in this Star Wars story set. So that is very interesting and very exciting. So, and also I love the way that they're introducing sets, encouraging you to buy a set that will connect to another set. So just imagine in the future, they most definitely will do this. A super pack, they did it with the mechs, they've done it with other ones in the past, an ATST with a clone, with the Snowtrooper battle pack. They'll do the same, they'll do a super pack as well, I'd imagine. I can almost confirm that, to say that right now to you. The last one, I sort of had to adjust my recording because this one came out in the past hour, and it's the Z95 Clone Starfighter, which is a Z95 Headhunter basically. But it's interesting that Lego doesn't want to say Headhunter. Is this a place name holder? I doubt it. I think it's just they don't want to say Headhunter because it's too abusive, because they got away. They wanted to push away the name of Slave One, so they're going to extreme lengths so they can no longer say Headhunter, because that's children will get offended by that. That's me plucking at hairs there. But this one, $39.99, coming out on August 1st, 2024. So that's the later winter leaks coming out right now. If I had to put any money on it, this would be the least accurate in terms of if we're getting it or not. I think we are. That's why I'm still covering it. But we're getting Commander Blee, which I promise to pronounce, and a 327th Legion Clone Trooper will be included. 1 or 2 will be included in this one. We don't have any parts, we don't know anything like that, but just taking a look at different minifigures, mock-ups and customs, the commander here is looking exceptional. And if we can get something very similar to the visor, or will we just use the same one as the 501st Specialist Battle Pack visor? Probably. An improvement would be valued to me personally, and we'll still get waist capes because Lego loves their waist capes right now. That's what we'd be getting. We've not actually received a 327th Legion Clone Trooper since the very, very, very first clone battle pack back in 2009, if I'm not wrong there. So that's insane. If I'm wrong about that, leave in the comments down below. I'm sure you guys will. You're always quick to jump in and like, Sean, you got that wrong. SithGeek, you got that wrong. I appreciate it. I try to educate you, you try to educate me. But anyways, guys, that's all the information today. What are you most excited about Are you looking forward to these waves? Which ones do you want to explore more? Do you want more discussion? Do you want me to make another follow-up video for certain things? My attitude towards devaluing exclusive minifigures to smaller sets, being a microfighter, being a mech, etc. But anyways, guys, peace out. Have a nice rest of your day. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, I would appreciate if you smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the content coming to your face. Leaks, news, reviews. I always say reviews. I'll get round to it. I've been busy. I promise I'll get round to it. But anyways, guys, I've been SithGeek. Peace out, and I'll see you guys later.
And I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again.